This generation is 3 years old, 3 years into it, and I gotta say that I've enjoyed it for the most part. Yeah, there's been some highs, there's been some lows, and things like that. That's gonna happen with any generation, right? I mean, even my favorite generation, the Xbox 360, there wasn't just constant highs. Obviously, you had stuff like Red Ring of Death, and you had things like Connect, which really took the focus away from the hardcore gamer, unfortunately. So, when we look at this generation, yeah, I thought that it didn't launch with the best games. The first year, however, had some incredible titles, which I think it goes without saying. Then 2022, I think, really put a kind of a dark mark on gaming for Xbox, just in my opinion, anyway. Clearly. But, people have different kind of feelings about stuff. There's obviously more than just exclusives when it comes to video games. And I think we're starting to see, a little bit more of that. And I think that's a good thing. Obviously Microsoft has done a better job lately. And it looks like for the foreseeable future, they're going to be able to put out, an exclusive game pretty much whenever they want. And it looks like there's going to be multiple. I mean, next year looks like it's going to be a fantastic year. I think this year was already a fantastic year. So when you look at it, it's really starting to hit the stride. Clearly, while technically it was a week ago or so, we're officially into the current generation of Xbox gaming for 3 years. Super solid state drive speeds, 120 frames, 60 frames mostly, which I think is pretty fantastic. It's been a weird generation. Things didn't really get going for the first year or so. Last year was really rough. Phil Spencer referred to 2022 as a disaster for the first party lineup. Finally, though, things are really starting to kind of properly turn around for the current gen. Xbox has delivered Hi-Fi Rush, Starfield, even though that's a little bit of a low point. Starfield was a high point. Redfall was a low point. Forza Motorsport, stuff like Minecraft Legends, Diablo, first party, Call of Duty as well. Xbox Series X and S is really starting to hit its stride as we move from year 3 to year 4. And there's going to be a good feeling about it. I do anyway. Hopefully everybody kind of jumps in on kind of what's going on. We're not even halfway into the console life cycle, but the future looks very bright, with Bethesda starting on fire on all cylinders lately, and Microsoft eventually managed to secure the services of Activision Blizzard. And we have lots to look forward to from Game Pass studios like Ninja Theory, Compulsion, and more. The upcoming roadmap looks absolutely incredible. Obviously, we're starting to be and kind of look at some of these situations where Microsoft is looked at as something of a positive. Like, I'm just being real. It's clearly that Microsoft is being looked at as being a positive thing now, right? So when we do kind of see that, and we kind of see, oh, okay, well, people are kind of looking at what they're kind of making. It's pretty incredible to me. You had Ghostwire Tokyo also come out this year, Age of Empires 4, Quake, Modern Warfare, Towerborn next year, Starfield, the Killer Instinct update. There's a lot of stuff going for Microsoft right now. So I think that realistically, Game Pass is in probably the best space that it's been ever. And with that being said, I really look forward to seeing what they kind of bring us in the future. But the announcements that we're getting, the level of hype, I think that all in all, it's just really a good time to be an Xbox fan, because they finally believe in the platform again. Like, it didn't seem like they really cared about the platform. And that's what I think. That pretty much everybody has to kind of look at it right now, right? Like, what is Microsoft doing that maybe Sony isn't doing, right? Or that Nintendo isn't doing. I think Microsoft is just offering power, value. They've got options. I think that's probably the best way to put it. It seems like they're really kind of making sure that if you buy into what's going on, I think that they're leaving kind of a good taste in people's mouths, because for so many years they didn't do that. So I'm very happy with the direction of Microsoft 3 years in. I think, if people were to ask me, if I were to review the Xbox Series X on the 3rd-year anniversary, how would I rate it? Well, I would rate it pretty damn high, right? Like the things that they're able to do have been pretty incredible. The console itself is pretty self-explanatory. It's very fast. It's very powerful. The things that, like, is it perfect? No, right? If somebody asked me, what I think, like negatively of Xbox, it'd be pretty easy to kind of go over this, and the thing that I would look at and say the negative would be that the fact that the solid state drive is proprietary. I think that that's a super negative. I much prefer the way that Sony did it, but I can understand Microsoft's thinking. Like, you don't want people using a screwdriver prying into your console to put in a hard drive like that. So that's how I look at it anyway. And I think that it's pretty kind of clear anyway to me that Microsoft has a plan going forward. And I think, it took a long time to get that plan to go forward, but here we are, after all this time. I really think that that's one of those things that we'll continue to see kind of go in a good direction. But a good controller, it's easy to use. They've updated the dashboard. I think is nice. Dynamic backgrounds are nice. The easeability. I think like the Game Pass editions and things, really nice. They've just got a solid platform all around, and I think we can't really understate that in my opinion. So I'm very excited about where the future goes. But I do think, much like many other people, that they're finally coming into their own. And does that mean that they're going to go and beat PlayStation and outsell PlayStation? No, I don't think that that's going to happen in terms of, okay, well, we got plastic, we're going to sell more plastic than them or whoever. I don't think that that's actually the case. But at the same time, I do think that Microsoft can make a case that Microsoft is doing things that Sony can't do. Like, Sony doesn't have the money to do. So yeah, I kind of look at it like that, and I kind of look at it in this type of fashion. For me personally, I think that Microsoft, all their gambling, all their bets that they've made are paying off, and I think that is incredible to see. Do they make all the right moves? No, of course not. Do they make a lot of the right moves? Absolutely. I think that's more than evident. So what do you guys think 3 years in, 22 anniversary of the original Xbox? Are they heading down the right path? Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. I'm Crap Gamer. This has been Crap Gamer Reviews. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.